David the singer, he writes songs about being sad, heartbroken, and unaliving his girlfriend. And then guess what? His underage girlfriend's dismembered body was found in his Tesla. Let's talk about it.
They talk about it. They talk about it. They talk about it. They talk about it. They talk about it.
Welcome back to She Could Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Ganga Lee. Hey. And that's GANGALEE on all streaming platforms. If you want to check out my music, look for the red glasses, look for the locks. You tell me if I can rap, okay? Okay. But over here on YouTube, on She Could Talk the Podcast, this is where I react to everything. I react to news, sports, crimes, musicians, politicians, YouTubers, TikTokers. If they're talking about it, I'm talking about it, okay? Okay. So, it's been all over the news, up and down my timeline and the algorithms for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. I've been following this case. It's not a case yet, surprisingly, but I've been following this for since this dropped. So about 2 weeks now, I would say I've been following this news. And if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the young man on my screen, his name is David. He is an R&B singer, even though a lot of the outlets are reporting him as a rapper, and I don't like that. Okay, because as a rapper, I feel like we just get a bad rap, literally, no pun intended. Soon as someone of the black and brown community, especially a male, commits a crime, and if they do any type of music, they want to say that they're a rapper. And half of these people are not rappers. Okay, so case in point, if anyone out here calls him a rapper, he's not. He's a singer. Okay, his name is David. It's spelled D4VD. And that's how he spells David. So he's from Texas, I believe, but he, is big. He's in California. He was last residing in California since he's blown up. And he recently was on a world tour that has come to a halt because of the news that's been unfolding over here. All right. So if you don't know, I'll give you a little backstory. They found the black Tesla abandoned for a couple of weeks, allegedly, or something like that, in a very upscale neighborhood in Beverly Hills, California. The car gets impounded. After 2-3 days in impoundment, the people there started smelling a putrid smell, and they called the police, and it was a body in the vehicle. When they did further research, they realized the vehicle was registered to this guy, David, who's on tour. So he was like, oh, yeah, I'm on tour. A lot of people have access to my vehicle and I'm not, home. So, yeah, I'm willing to cooperate any way you can. So because he was willing to cooperate and everything, there wasn't really no red flags as of yet. They didn't really have an identity on the body. Okay. So that was what I first heard about it. And I was like, that's fishy. And why would he abandon his car, right? But what I wanted to do was get into some things, fall down a little bit of rabbit hole, if you will. All right. I'm going to be reacting to a couple of things that came across my algorithms in the last couple of weeks here pertaining to this singer, David. And then I'm going to kind of pose some questions to you and, of course, give my commentary because what are we doing? We're talking about it, right? Okay. So without further ado, let's get into some backstory. First, what I wanted to start with was how he became famous, right? And I wanted him to tell the story for you, which to me, I gotta say, it was a very, I don't want to give him a props just yet during this because I don't know if he's guilty or not. Basically, he's innocent until proven guilty, right? But it's given guilty, allegedly, so far. But let's get into it and let him give you some background into how he got started.
Got into music is super unorthodox. Like, I wanted to be a professional Fortnite player, and I saw people making hundreds of thousands of dollars off playing this game every day. So I was like, I can do that. But the videos I would post on YouTube would get copyright strike because of the music that I would use in my videos was mainstream music like radio music and etc. I cried to my mom about it, and she was just like, well, if you're not making your money, how about you make your own song? And I was like, I could probably do that. So the next day I looked up how to make music on iPhone. My little sister has a walk-in closet, so I used her room and her closet as a studio. I put robes up, hung up all these things for noise cancellation, and just went crazy. I made my first song in December 2021. I was just giving away free money at that point because nobody could get a copyright strike from using my music. And then I posted a snippet of Romantic Homicide, which is a song I was sitting on for about a week. Before, it was like unheard of for me because I would just make a song and drop it the next day. But I held on to it because I didn't think it was really in the right spot until I heard the feedback from people on TikTok and they said they wanted this. So I dropped it immediately. and here we are. How I got into music.
So I want to pause right there really quickly because when I first, you know, a lot of things got my spidey senses tingling here, but I'm gonna follow this, to see how this plays out before I give too much of my opinions, like before I jump the gun on opinions, I should say. But for starters, I will say this. I thought that was very interesting. He said that he wanted to be a Fortnite player. He was a Fortnite player. He wanted to be professional. He's seen people making hundreds of thousands of dollars playing Fortnite, and he was using popular music, music from signed artists out there. And we know how YouTube and we know how social media is. YouTube, I love you. Sending you that e-kiss right now. Okay. But if you play certain music on here, it will get copyright strike. It will immediately, not out the gate, but I mean, you won't even be able to upload it in some instances. Okay. And it's happened to me. I haven't gotten copyright strikes, thank God. But I've gotten immediate, like, no, it's not being monetized. Get it out of here type of thing. And that's me just trying to, be more into the genre, in my genre. Music, that's my realm. That's my area of expertise. And it's hard in these social media streets. So that stuck out to me, that he said that what got him into creating his own music was the fact that his Fortnite videos, his game videos were getting copyright strikes because he was using other people's songs. So then he had a very unique style, and I don't know if I touched on it in here or not, but I've been doing some research on him because I am not familiar with him, his music or anything. But guess what? This guy got 36 million streams and subscribers on Spotify. 2.22 subscribers, 2.22 million subscribers on YouTube. His biggest song is called Romantic Homicide. That gets a what? That song has over 1.6 billion streams. Okay? And it's because of the world we're in right now. Like, streaming is it. I tell you this all the time. Like, I look up to the young kids, Kai Cenat, the Drewskis, the DDGs. I look up to them because they're making cake off of this streaming. Best believe it. Best believe it. And apparently he was one of them. But what he did was he fused his gaming with his original music. So then people started, buying the music, streaming the music. He's going to TikTok with it. He's making money. And he's not copyright striking anyone. Right? So it's like his music got the ability to grow and become viral, in my opinion. So that was very interesting. I'll leave that right there.
He's super unorthodox.
Body found inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla. The body found inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago. Tonight, a house close to where that Tesla was abandoned was searched. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is there live now in Hollywood with more. Tim.
And Mark, those CSI investigators literally just left the scene about 10-15 minutes ago. The police tape finally came off, and we were able to come a little bit closer to this house. Now, we don't know at this point what exactly those detectives were looking for, what they got out of that house. We saw them pull evidence and put it into an SUV, essentially where I'm standing right now. We don't even know why they were here in the first place, but this house just happens to be literally feet away from where that Tesla was found. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from this Hollywood home just a block away from where an abandoned Tesla was found with a dead teenager in the trunk. Police spent hours at the home on Dehaney Place, placing several evidence bags into an SUV, but they wouldn't say if or how it was connected to the Tesla. Several homeowners say they remember seeing that distinct Tesla for a while, first parked in front of the house police searched today, then at two different spots on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for a long time.
That abandoned Tesla was towed earlier this month, and workers at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a foul odor and found decomposed human remains wrapped in a garbage bag inside the car. We now know the young woman found dead was 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, according to the medical examiner, the same teen who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year. At a corner store in...
All right, so I just want to pause it real quick. And I want to go back to see if I can see the missing photo again. Let me see here.
According to the medical examiner...
All right. So her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and I want to say, my condolences to her family. Sending out nothing but healing, strength, and prayers up for you all during this time. She is from Lake Elsinore, California. She's 13 years old, current age at the time of this missing flyer. She was 13 years old, and she was missing since April 5th of 2024. Her birthday, September 7th of 2010. So you know me really quickly here. Let me double check something. Trying to. All right, I'm just doing a little age verification here because he's 20 right now, currently. All right. And she would have been 15 as of right now. So let me see here. All right, guys, bear with me here. Yeah. Yeah. So when this flyer was dismissive flyer went up, she was still 13. All right. Then in September of last year, she turned 14. And then September 7th of this year, she would have been 15. Okay, so she's been missing since she was 13 years old. But guess what? They're saying that she met him playing Fortnite when she was 11. Okay, and he was about, so wait a minute, 17 maybe, because 15, 16. So he's 5 years older than her. So what? Yeah, so 16, around 16, right? So she was 11, he was 16. Still a big difference in age, right? You're a teenager. She's 11. But to me, I feel like that's where things like social media and a lot of gaming per se maybe can blur those lines. Like an adult could be well into their 40s playing against a teenager online. I've seen it where a guy was so upset. He was, doing online gaming, and it was a teenage boy, like 13 years old, that was whipping his ass, right? Allegedly on the game, and trolling him at the same time and saying all this stuff to him. And sometimes they can make it where they have these apps where their voice is deeper, or they can distort their voices. So the guy thought it was an adult man that he was speaking to, and went and like kicked in the door and basically got busy on the kid's family over a game. You found them, they didn't even live in the same state, type of stuff. Okay, so stuff be real out there, right? So anyway, these two met. Now, I think at the time when they met originally, she was in California and he was in Texas. She was 11, he was 16. His whole obsession, his whole goal was to be a full-time Fortnite player, making money online for it, like streaming, creating content on YouTube for it, etc. That's when he got the copyright strikes and became creative and said, you know what, I gotta work around. I'm gonna make my own songs and do my videos to my gaming videos to my own music. That's when they met. So it could be innocent enough online. When she was 11, he was 16. Two kids playing. Yeah, he's 16. Yeah, she's 11, but they're in their respective states, right? And they're playing online. Somewhere along the lines, along the way, it became personal. Like they formed a friendship, a deeper friendship into a relationship. And there's Reddit threads on this. There is TikTok. Like you can just fall down a rabbit hole on TikTok alone. Trust me. There's YouTube. Oh my gosh, it's blowing up. YouTube's on fire with the information. So you literally can go to any social media, pick one, Instagram, pick whichever one you feel comfortable with, and you can find information out about this. So what I found out, I'm just doing a high level overview for starters because I feel like it's going to be more unraveling to this. But I wanted to share with you what I found so far. But definitely a creepy, weird situation for starters. And everyone's stressing that, she was 15, he was 20. And they really been friends since, she was 11 and he was 16. Still creepy, if you ask me, because it's like, why can't you find a 16-year-old to like? Why I can't find a 20-year-old to date? I don't know. But let's continue.
The same teen who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year. At a corner store in town, the owner recalled her coming in often.
She always quiet, nice. She come in like if she buy like a chips, soda, and leave. Sometimes she come with a friend from the neighborhood.
Eyewitness News has learned Rivas had run away from home a few times. She was last reported missing in spring of 2024. Those who knew Rivas, who just turned 15 a week and a half ago, say she was bubbly and sweet.
She just seemed very lively and friendly, a typical teenager.
The medical examiner hasn't determined her cause of death, but part of the police investigation will be speaking to the owner of that Tesla, a musician who goes by David. His real name, David Anthony Burke, from Houston, Texas.
I don't care.
David, made popular via social media for the songs Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, began the American leg of his world tour on July 30th and has continued performing since the investigation began.
Yo, his shows are packed. He's literally on a world tour right now. But not fun fact, but quick update. I believe they canceled his like California show, his Seattle, Washington show. So he did a couple of shows. I believe he was in like Chicago or something where they found the body in his car and he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to cooperate. But then he continued to perform. He was, he didn't have to bring anything to a halt at that time. But I want to get into that current tour too. So we're going to continue down this rabbit hole, guys.
Tonight's show, though, in Seattle was canceled. The medical examiner also trying to determine how long Rivas had been dead, but based on the condition of the body, it might have been a while. Those who saw the Tesla this summer and watched LAPD spend hours in this well-to-do Bird Streets neighborhood are rattled by everything that's happened here.
It's scary to think that this is happening. And this is a beautiful neighborhood, very nice, beautiful, expensive homes, and we would think that we'd be safer.
Interesting note, the home here behind me that detectives have been focused on the better part of today has 2 cameras above the garage as well as a ring camera. In fact, this entire neighborhood has pretty extensive security system, with many of the homes having several cameras. We do know from a couple neighbors I spoke with earlier.
And speaking of cameras, does the Tesla have cameras on it like all throughout it? I saw where somebody scratched, like pulled it to the parking space and scratched a Tesla. And, the guy was like, hey, we need to exchange information. Like, he waited. Like, he came out, he saw his car was scratched. He saw the video footage, and he waited in his car for the other driver to come out. And he was like, hey, we need to exchange information. You scratched my car, blah, blah, blah. And the person was like, no, you crazy. Like, going crazy. And he pulled up his phone and was like, look, ain't that you? Ain't that you scratching my car? So, correct me if I'm wrong, unless I saw some BS on that video. Was that video BS, or doesn't the Tesla have cameras? So, shouldn't they be able to see who went in the trunk, who went out the trunk, find out the GPS mapping of where this car went? Like something. Let's look at the cameras on the Tesla.
That police were here last week asking to review or see some of the security camera footage. We don't know if they got anything, if it's helped the case. As to this point, LAPD has been extremely tight-lipped about this entire investigation. We're live tonight in Hollywood. Tim Caputo, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Tim Caputo, thank you.
It's just more.
The body of a young girl found in the
It's nonstop. This is taking over everything, and it's such a weird case. Half of my spidey senses is tingling, and I don't really want to share why as of yet, because I want to hear a little bit more.
trunk of a Tesla has been identified.
Police say a 15-year-old girl was found in pieces in the trunk of singer David's car. Officers say Celeste Rivas' dismembered, decomposing body was discovered inside the car as it was sitting at a Los Angeles tow yard on September 8th, days after it was impounded.
Workers towed the Tesla to this impound lot in Hollywood last week from the Hollywood Hills, where neighbors say it had been abandoned since the beginning of summer.
The teenager was reported missing last year near Lake Elsinore, California, 75 miles from where her body was discovered.
In the back of my mind.
So, of course, because YouTube, I love you, I took out the music, and I really wanted you to hear and listen to the lyrics of his song. This is his, I believe, his most popular one at 1.6 billion streams up to date. And this is before all of this went down. He is successful with this. But the name of the song is called Romantic Homicide. But even to go back a little bit, it was something else I wanted
Since
to.
the beginning of summer.
The teenager was reported missing last year near
So that's the part. The car was abandoned at the beginning of summer. Like, depending on where you're at, for me, summer, well, I'm in Florida, so summer's all year round, basically, at this point. But for me, honestly, summer should be like June. Like I say, early, mid to, like, maybe let's say June 20th, right? Official season until, like, I don't know, Labor Day weekend in September 2nd. So if, let's say it was June, as far as like counting my hypothetical beginning of summer, that car was abandoned since June. He went on his tour in August. Why didn't you report your car missing? Did you sell it? Did you transfer the title over to someone? If it's registered to you, why didn't you report the car missing? So that's the first thing that has me like, what's happening here?
Lake Elsinore, California. 75.
And he doesn't seem shocked when he's like, oh yeah, I'm willing to cooperate, but he doesn't seem shocked.
Miles from where her body was discovered.
In the back of my mind,
Listen to these lyrics.
you died.
Police haven't released any connection between Celeste and David, who's currently on tour and cooperating with investigators. But according to authorities, the two have matching tattoos, the word shh on their fingers.
How did you make your first song?
I looked up how to make music on iPhone, and I used my sister's closet as a studio.
David hasn't spoken out about the investigation, but did cancel a planned Seattle gig Wednesday, the same day Celeste's identity was released.
You died, and I didn't even cry.
That's legit the lyrics of his song. In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. And they was like, she's 15, he's 20.
In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry.
Same
She
tattoo
was-
as the body that was.
So, and this is just, I'm running through some stuff. Like I found some things on TikTok, right? And I'm going to bring it back around, but I'm reacting to a little bit of everything. The tattoo. So a lot of people have that tattoo. Like they said, Lindsay Lohan has it. Rihanna has it. This guy has it. And then the girl who was the victim, she had it as well. To me, I don't know what Rihanna's mean. I don't know what Lindsay Lohan's mean. I don't know. Some people were saying that it was like, Illuminati, allegedly. I don't know. Okay. But a lot of people are insinuating that it means like, keep our secret between us, because both of them had the matching tattoos. Like, let's keep this secret. We have this active, ongoing secret between us type of thing. Right. So, Spidey senses number 2. Okay.
Found in his car, bro. TMZ has confirmed the body found in David's car belongs to 15-year-old Celeste. Because went missing last year, and when they got in contact with the mom claimed Celeste had the same tattoo that police identified, and stated that she claimed her daughter was dating a boy named David. Now, people are saying the mom was lying until it's found out that David also shares the same tattoo as the victim that was found in his vehicle. Now, the only reason police haven't made David a suspect yet is because he claims that multiple people use his vehicle and that he was on tour around the time the situation happened when they found the car with the body in it. But right now, it's not looking too good. Sharing matching tattoos as a victim found in the vehicle. The victim mom claiming she went missing last year. The victim mom claiming that she had a boyfriend named David. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. It is really not looking too good right now. It's not looking too good for David right now. I'm going to be completely honest.
That our love ain't real.
And so in this music video, they said, no way David hired a Celeste double for a music video back in 2023. So the girl in the video looks very similar to the girl that's missing.
Who's to say
Look.
our love ain't real?
Died. It's kind of like the storytelling.
This is him on Genius telling, on Genius it basically breaks down your lyrics, right? And, like, what did you mean with this? What inspired you to write this? And you kind of go through your lyrics. So this is him on Genius breaking down the lyrics to the song Romantic Homicide.
Aspect of the lyrics that came before it in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. I've seen people online take different meanings and interpretations from that one part of the song where it's like it's their past selves that's dying. And they're not even crying about it because they're evolved or become better people or have killed addictions and other different stuff like that. So I think it's very powerful in that way too.
So I get torn. Because in some of these clips, he's giving me regular kid. Like, he's giving me kid. And some, they say, I'm not talking about the victim here. I'm not victim shaming. I'm not even mentioning Celeste. I'm not even referring to her with this, what I'm about to say. But they do say that girls mature faster than boys, right? I've heard that all my life. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to tell the boys, grow up, And the girls is like, they're ready to be grown. And that's not necessarily a good thing. But, he gives me right there anyway, because it could have been still early in his career. He gave me innocent, humble guy. He didn't really give me like weirdo, creep. He didn't give that to me. But allegedly,
in the back of my mind, I killed you.
That sounded so flat.
And I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you.
Fired the hook. In the back of my mind, you died. It's kind of like
the lyrics are deep, though.
Storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. I've seen people online take different meanings and interpretations from that one part of the song where it's like it's their past selves that's dying. And they're not even crying about it because they're evolved or become better people or have killed addictions and other different stuff like that. So I think it's very powerful in that way too.
Person says a close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year. This is who she was with. Person says a close friend's little sister from the IE ran away.
So this girl's saying IE, but it's LE, Lake Elsinore, California. But on the internet, they just put lowercase L, lowercase E. So it looks like, or lowercase L, capital E. So it looks like IE, but it's LE, Lake Elsinore. So she's saying that a close friend's little sister went missing from Lake Elsinore, and this is the guy that she was seen with, and this was last year. So this girl's been gone a year. I have so many questions. Like, did her family hear from her at all? Did she call them? Did she text anyone? Was there anyone out there like in communication with her, a brother, a sister, cousin, a homegirl, someone from school, anyone? It just seems so weird that she just got whisked away at 13 years old by this singer. And, was she always in LA? Because, California and LA, Lake Elsinore and Los Angeles, where her body was found, that's like 75 miles apart. So that's about at least a good hour and 10, 20-minute drive. So not too far. Technically, not too far for you could have been found. Like, you could have went home and came back type. You didn't have to run away and stay gone. So it's like, I'm so confused here. And with the way to see her demise, did she have the free will to leave? What was going on here?
Last year, this is who she was with.
My classroom.
So then now, and this is from TMZ, and it's been a little bit of a few places, but I saw this on TMZ. This teacher was Celeste's teacher, And she claims, the teacher claims that David knew her back when he was teaching her, which was when she was about 11, 12. So he's about to go into it. And he has the photo proof for receipts. But so he gives a little cautionary tale to his class, right? And I think he got in trouble for this because people filmed this, and then he's like, the phone's out in the class, whatever. So I don't know. I think he got into a little trouble with this from the school he works for. But I don't blame him. Good job to the teacher, because he was sharing a cautionary tale. You got to be careful out there. But let's listen to her teacher.
Front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was it?
And then there's another guy. I don't know. This is alleged. You guys, anyone out there that do know, give me more detail. But there's supposed to be another guy that she was either sleeping with or slept with, because we know she's been gone a year away from home. She was doing grown people things. And there's another guy named Gus, allegedly, that she was sleeping with in addition to David. And now they're saying that Gus is not here, that Gus is on the live too. I can't confirm or deny that. This is just stuff that I'm seeing out there. So anyone has a little bit more detail on that, please let me know. Hit me up, because I am following this. I will be following this.
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. That's her in my classroom.
Of course, he's given a cautionary tale. So kudos to the teacher, once again, for doing that, and sharing that cautionary tale with his students. But did you hear what he said? He said that they met, she met this rapper, but he wasn't a rapper, guys. He was a singer, right? He was an actual singer. So she met this artist. They was conversing online through the Fortnite game. He came and got her. And we all know the princess story, and I really feel like in some ways, the whole fairy tale princess story has gotten us all messed up. All little girls got fucked up. Excuse my language. Over the fairy tale princess story. A charming prince is gonna come pick you up and whisk you away, sweep you off your feet. So to her, seeing this guy blow up, become popular, in the little bit of time that from the time he decided to say, hey, I want to make songs, to now this world tour he's on, it's not even 4 years. It's not even a good 4 years. And he's blown up like this, right? It's people out there, myself included, who would love to see those type of numbers. Okay? So to her, that's a Prince Charming. I could see where this girl was jaded and was like, my Prince Charming, he's coming to whisk me away. I don't care. Romeo and Juliet will defy all the odds. I can see that, because that's what's been embedded in little girls, So he came, he whisked her away for a year. What happened within that year? I really want to know how long. I want them to see if they can determine how long she has been dead or unalived.
Front of this right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because
So then now, this was his show in July. So I stand corrected. I actually think he'd been on tour since the beginning of the summer. Oh my goodness. So basically, when the car got abandoned is when he went on tour, allegedly, because this was July. Do you see what that we're looking at? A casket, which is part of his tour. The tour is called the Withered Tour. like withered, like you're withering away, right? The Withered World Tour, tongue twister, if you ask me. But look at the main star of his tour.
Would the artist do that?
Listen to what she said.
Now, why the fuck would the artist do that?
In the back of my mind.
All right, so you saw that one person was at the, at his show. Was like, why would you do that? Why would you have a coffin in front of the show like it's a funeral, right? This is another one of his shows, and it says David set up a memorial for Itami inside of his San Francisco show. Who is Itami or Itami? Itami. Who is that? And he set up a memorial for them. So his car has been abandoned since the beginning of June. So that leads me to believe that no one's touched that car, right? Allegedly, it's been sitting someplace since the beginning of June, and then it finally got towed. So it got towed, and then a couple of days later, the body was discovered in the vehicle. And then in the meantime, in the interim of that going on, this is what he's on tour doing. This is what he is doing. When you enter into the lobby to, go into the concert, this is what you're greeted with. Do you see this? But peep the same kid right here with the vest. He walks right past the coffin, as you should. Don't even entertain that young man. Look at this kid right here, how he just walks right past. Look. He grabs some stuff. He doesn't even look at that. Because who does that? But then it gets deeper. This is him on stage, right? And it says, so this is another person who went to his concert. And they said, I flew my kid out to watch his show. Now I'm wondering about that coffin, and all that Hello Kitty. So one more time. It says, I flew my kid to watch his show. Now I'm wondering about the coffin and all the Hello Kitty. Because guess what? Like I said, if you fall down the correct rabbit hole or the right rabbit hole or right TikTok vortex, you will see that the girl, the victim, was a big Hello Kitty fanatic. When she went missing, her family said that she had on Hello Kitty sandals with a hoodie and some other stuff, Hello Kitty stuff. She's 13. She was 13 when she left in her Hello Kitty gear. So now at his concert, he has not only a coffin, all these flowers around, but Hello Kitty gear. Creepy. Do you hear the people singing? These concerts are sold out, packed out. You see him in his Hello Kitty hoodie?
I don't as long as I'm with you, I've got a smile on my face. So what? Savior, see us.
Do you see this?
Okay. All I know is your what? Is your died.
This is them rolling in. Do you see them? They're rolling in the coffin. Let me pause it. Go back a bit.
All I know is your what? Is your died.
Look.
And why did you
Let me pause. I'm trying to hit the pause. Boom. Look, this is outside of the theater where, the venue where he's performing at July 30th. So we saw 2 different videos that people filmed inside the venue. One with the girl standing there talking about like, now why the hell would the artist do this, right? And she showed the coffin. And she said on her caption on TikTok, I left way earlier than I ever left any concert in my life. Because she was like, she didn't like the vibes there. I think I would have done the same thing. And then then we saw the young man gathering up the paraphernalia and darting past that casket going into the venue. Same venue. This is earlier that day, them wheeling in the casket for the venue. They said a hearse has arrived at David's opening night of the Withered tour, July 30th. So let's go back again. The car has been sitting in, and we're gonna, if my spidey senses is right, it just depends on what you consider the beginning of summer. But to me, the beginning of summer is about June 15th, June 20th. So if that car has been sitting there since the beginning of summer and he has been on tour around the same time, was she in there that whole time? And if she was in the car the whole time, when did she meet her demise? And a lot of people was like, that's so wild that he did what he did and then went on tour to create an alibi, allegedly. So let's continue. But this is not lining up nice. So now what I want to do, we're going to bring it over to one of YouTube's greatest, DJ Academics. I want to react to him, reacting to this guy. He apparently had a encounter with David.
Gonna get David. Yo, David. Yo, why they said this man Academics knew it was something up with this nigga David from the start? What's good, Brownie? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Eating Chipotle. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yo, introduce yourself.
And then before we go there, this is Academics over here reacting to when he was on this guy right here. I don't know if you see my mouse moving, but the right here in the middle. Black Boy Max has been on my show. This is the third time now that I've reacted to him in some form or fashion. The first time was with him and DJ Academics when they had the 15-year-old boy on their stream saying craziness to him on their stream, and it was gaming on Twitch or something. Remember that? Go back. I have an episode. I reacted to that situation. And then I reacted to him again when he invited Krishan on, over to his house to be on stream. And then because another streamer was there and didn't feel comfortable with Krishan, he kicked Krishan out. He made the security kick her out. Yeah, so I don't want to say nothing about Black Boy Max, but the energies are weird that float around. But anyway, so this was about a year ago that they had this interaction, and Black Boy Max has a show or a stream called Song Wars, where he brings different musicians up and they'll play their song, and then they'll have different other streamers like DDG is over here, I Am Dante is down there, Academics is over there. Like, these are like all big streamers, even David, honestly. So they're going through music, and it's David's turn in the Song Wars. He was playing his song for them to critique. And Academic said he forgot about it, that he was even interacted with the guy or met the guy. And then someone brought this to his attention and said, yo, this guy, that man Academics knew was something up with this dude, David, right? So you're like, oh, I met the dude, via live or streaming, but let's go.
Yo, David. Yo, why they said this man Academics knew it was something up with this nigga David from the start? What's good, Brownie? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Eating Chipotle. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yo, introduce yourself.
I'm David. Nice to meet y'all.
Hell yeah.
Max said he needed some versatility and some
Facts.
new music in the Song Wars. So I make sad indie music. It ain't gonna be no rap. So
let's do it.
Look at it. Let me help Academics out.
David.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This song sound like your background. Like, this is where you got to be in an empty room to listen to. Me, I'm usually a turd nigga. I do like the song though. Okay, this is some shit I can see. You know what I mean? I've it's been well documented. I've been through some issues with some hoes. That's some fire vibe still. You feel me?
Appreciate that.
Who broke your heart though, homie?
Man, two people back to back to back. That's
Okay. Look, Academics is giving the side eye like me. Okay.
Anyway, that's ground zero, chat.
Right.
So
then now,
when you read his last album,
so now Academics said, let me go to Spotify, see what his numbers look like. Look at this guy's plays. 5 million, 3 million, 58 million, 19 million, 20 million, 560 million, 36 million, 1.3 million. Like, numbers are there. The numbers are there. Okay. So now this is the album. This is the tour that he's on. He's on the Withered tour right now. And this is the album's playlist or song list, track list, I should say. And Academics is like, let's go over his track list. So listen to we're gonna react to Academics reacting to the track list real quick.
Also a little bit spooky. You Left Me First. Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost.
Okay. Okay.
Where did you go? Afterlife.
Double what? Okay. Double what? Afterlife.
Authorities have released new information about the dismembered corpse found decomposing in singer David's abandoned Tesla in California. According to police,
And is it me? But it seems like every video of him, every picture of him, every piece of footage of him, he just changes. His looks completely drastically change from one picture to the next. I don't know.
the body discovered in the impounded Tesla has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen victim, who stood at 5'2", was previously described as having wavy black hair and weighing about 71 pounds. The Tesla in question is registered to David Anthony Burke, a 20-year-old Queens-born artist known professionally as David, stylized as D4VD. The car, which has Texas plates, was reported abandoned between Bluebird Avenue and Doheny Drive in the Hollywood Hills. It was towed to an impound lot in Los Angeles around September 6, before the gruesome remains were found. Sources told ABC7 the victim was found wearing a tube top with black leggings and a yellow bracelet with metal stud earrings. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that read SHHH, or shh. According to TMZ, Burke reportedly has the same popular tattoo on his right index finger. Celebrities Rihanna and Lindsay Lohan also share the same ink. TMZ also reportedly spoke with Rivas' mother, who claims her daughter had been dating a man named David. In a statement obtained by NBC, the Riverside Sheriff's Office confirmed that Rivas had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year, 2 days after the Tesla was towed to a Los Angeles.
And I don't know, how active was her family looking for her? You know, I don't want to put it back on them, but I was like, has anyone been in touch with her within that time frame? Was she just gone and that was it? You know, it's like a lot of weird, mysterious Reddit threads up there. So, for example, I saw one where right when the vehicle, the body was discovered in the vehicle, and they announced it like, hey, body discovered in vehicle registered to singer named David. And then this Reddit thread went up and it was like, I hope that's not my friend's sister, because word is that they were PIMPing her out in her hometown of Lake Elsinore, and she used to run away because of it. And, she went, the last person that, they know was that he came and picked her up. And then now, there's a body found in his car and she's missing. It was a whole long Reddit thread. I'm telling you, Reddit, you can fall down the rabbit hole on Reddit. Okay? So it's just a lot of things that are out there that just kind of circling and it's pointing, like all arrows, all roads are leading to David.
Lot, workers noticed a putrid smell
Allegedly
coming from the electric vehicle. Police were alerted and arrived at the scene, where they discovered human remains in the car's front trunk. The body had been stashed in a plastic bag. According to Fox 11 Los Angeles, police believe Rivas' body was stashed in the Tesla's front trunk 5 days before it was towed to the lot. The Tesla's owner boasts more than 33 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
So,
the singer has been cooperating with police as he can.
So they said the body was put in the trunk 5 days before it was towed. So where was this girl at? And if she was with David, wouldn't she have been on tour with him? Like, I don't know. Sometimes people could be like, "Oh, I'm David," and don't be David. You know how you do that? Like, "Oh, I'm Drake's right-hand man." They don't even know Drake. you could say something like that, but the fact that this girl's parents, her family, her friends, her teacher, everyone said she spoke about her boyfriend David, who is a singer. She goes missing, and she ends up in dude's car while he's on tour. And while he's on tour, he has a casket out there and he's doing a memorial at every show. What is going on? What's going on?
Continues his world tour, which started in Atlanta, Georgia on August 15th. Despite the 20-year-old's apparent willingness to work with authorities, his career took a tumble in the wake of the mystery. He was dropped by Crocs and Hollister mere days after they both announced him as the face of their Dream Drop collaboration. Burke shot to fame in 2022 when two of his singles, Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, went viral on TikTok. He latched onto the momentum and released his debut album in April before launching a world tour, including slated appearances at next year's Lollapalooza Music Festival in Chicago.
Well, we don't know if he'll be there next year, but literally, you heard him. In the beginning of this video that I reacted to here, he said he basically was playing Fortnite from 2017 up until 2021. And the music from the Fortnite that he was making blew him up. So he ended up stopping that and in 2021 focusing on music, taking that momentum and riding it. It's only 25, so 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 4 or 5 years at this point. 4 years at this point, so 4 years. And now he's dropped an album. The album went crazy and he's on tour, so he's shooting up. The trajectory for David was like this. It was going upwards. It was going up. And then this happens, right? I'm sad that this happened for multiple reasons, because it looked like he had a promising career. It looked like he found a cheat code and he found the workaround and it was working. I'm sad that the girl had to lose her life in the process of this, because she's a young girl. She had her whole life ahead of her and full of dreams, right? And then it still is, a cautionary tale. Social media, online, it's dangerous, right? Because basically what happened is we how one thing it'd be like, oh, be careful coming down Avenue C at nighttime. Anytime after 10 o'clock is dangerous on Avenue C, right? But when you're on the internet, you can't tell what avenue is Avenue C, if that makes any sense, right? So one person, you could log in and watch their their Twitch stream, and you're like, oh, they're so cool, and then they got dismembered bodies in their trunk out front. We never know. So anyway, guys, you tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna be following this because it's not over. This is really just started, and I was like wanting to, because it's like rapid fire information coming, so I wanted to kind of gather up as much as I can to give a little bit of commentary on it, because my spidey senses are tingling. 50% one way, 50% the other. So I'm gonna leave it like that right now until I get more information. But I'm gonna also hit you all with the motto and the brand. You know how I do. If you like anything I do, tell a friend. If you don't like anything I do, tell a friend. And from my lips to your ears, I love you, but I need you to love me. So go ahead and hit the like button. Turn on your notifications. Hit the subscribe button, all right? And then don't meet me in the comments. Beat me there, all right? Until next time, it's your girl Gangali. It's She Could Talk to Podcast, and I'm out. Peace.
They talk about